Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, so for this video, we're actually going to be starting on, it's kind of a minor chain. It's actually located here in House Deneath, which to get here, it's almost directly north in the market. I'll just pop in and show you here. So it's almost directly to the far north. And they do have two doors, one on the left and right. Doesn't matter which one, both of them take you to the same place ultimately, which is this door right here. Once inside, we're going to want to make a direct left into Hammersmith's Inn. And once in here, it's just directly right. You'll see the four people sitting around the table here. And we'll just pick them all up. Now, all four of these quests are really short. So I'll actually probably do them all in this one video. Now, they do level split, so the first two are level 4 on normal, 6 on elite, and the last two are 5 on normal, which would make them 7 on elite. And as you can see, they are spread out, so there's one here, 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 finally there. Now, the order starts with this one here. Generally speaking, it really doesn't matter what order you do them in. However, if you start from Depths of Despair, you'll know why I said this is the first one. And the reason being is, at the end of this one, it has a great leading into the next one, and then a great leading into the next one, and so on and so forth. So if you start at any other place, it will take you through the rest of the chain, but of course it won't take you to that first one there. Alright, so I'm just going to summon our last hireling there, as this is going to be our last bit of level 4 quests. Alright. So, what's unique about this one is it does give you several options of how to proceed. I almost always take the same path. I head directly south, taking out the elemental. Right after the elemental, there is a trap. Now this has a trap box on both sides, so it doesn't matter which way you come, it does have that for you. From here, I use my distance to take out the zombies, as well as the gas that are there. And the white. Didn't see that one sneaking up on us. Just trying to look to make sure. Yeah, I did go in on Reaver. Alright, here again I make a left going south. And again, left, it is just a shrine, however it does have a collectible here for us. From here, again, it's just straight through. We have one more elemental. A little bit further up, we have some slimes. Ooh, and a Carnage Reaper sneaking up on us. And several Carnage Reapers over there. Okay. So yeah, downsides to these ooze splitting like that. You just gotta be really careful not to get caught up in a whole bunch of enemies spawning in. Once I reach again this point, I make my way left, and it looks like we do have a chest, which means there is a named enemy. There are a couple that can spawn in here. Generally speaking, again, I just take the quick path, as you can see, not a lot of experience in these quests, so the faster you can get them done, the better. And here we have a valve, which leads us to our right into the end. All we gotta kill is that named right there. That's it. That is the first part. As you see, it took us only 3 minutes to get through. So again, from the very start, we made a left, and kind of just hug that left side all the way there. If you did hug the left, you would have ended up going down this path here where my hireling is, the right side of that path, which just leads to a shrine and eventually right back out. Again, we head down left, takes us right to the end. From here we have our doorway, so these are those grates I was talking about. Just select our quest and it takes us directly into our next one. Now, just like the other ones before, it does kind of split off, taking multiple directions there, allowing you to give that little bit of freedom. I personally head north in this one, or not north, sorry, east.
For a few flickering torches, provide enough light to light
if you are with a party, of course, I recommend sending everybody in a different direction. It'll take you through the quest, again, fairly quickly, as not a lot in here. But it'll also allow you to get that full bonus of breaking everything. So, this chest here, it unlocks once everything is killed. So as you see, we had one last enemy over there, which would have unlocked our chest. Once you're done, just past these mushrooms here, there is actually a flame jet. Now because we entered in on this side, we're on the opposite end, so just run right through, turn around and grab that trap box, and again, proceed further in. Now, if you had taken that other path, you would have just ended up on this side here, with fighting few more enemies, which is why I generally take that other path. There's fewer enemies to deal with, though it does have a trap. Alright, so this one here, it allows us to see a long haul, kill a few of the enemies, as well as it has a shrine behind us. Now in this hall, it will spawn in skeletons. So as an arty, I just kind of pop that turret, keep running, and I let the turret deal with the enemies. Now they do have a chest here. What I want to point out, when this chest is opened, it spawns in a couple of enemies here, so just be prepared. That way you're not caught off guard. Now again, each path has two options. So again, we're splitting the ooze by attacking it, which can be dangerous at times, as the more shots more times it splits, the more times it has a chance of spawning in a Reaper. However, it also has a higher chance of spawning in champions. Well, there's that delayed Reaper. More chance it has of spawning in a champion, which will then increase chance of dropping those remnants if you're trying to get them. Alright, so again, from this point, as you can see, one of them was a dead end, one of them is a path, and it's the same for here as well. This one here leads to a dead end. It can have an optional Minotaur around the corner, but it is a locked gate. So for now, we're just going to skip that. Heading down our path here. Now again, I choose this path specifically because it only has a couple of enemies, minus the Reaper, of course. Just a couple of Earth Ellies, and that one Rust monster. And then finally, we have a couple of glass spiders. But the glass spiders themselves don't actually attack you. Rather, they just spawn eggs for the eggs to hatch and attack you. If you're fast enough killing the eggs, nothing ever spawns in. And lastly, we meet up again here. So if you had a party that split, they would come up through this path here. And this takes us to our end fight. Pull the lever, opens the door, and once the hobgoblin there dies, that's it, that's all. I do want to point out, watch out, as there are a few other hobgoblins in the room, both on the bottom and some casters up top. What I generally do is I sneak up top as fast as I can, taking out the casters. Once the casters are dead, it gives me the freedom to just shoot them like fish in a barrel. At my own pace. As well, of course, if I need a heal, just pop around the corner, get a heal. Alright, from here, right behind his throne, another chest. And again, just a little doorway here for us, which will take us into the next part. Now this one here, there really isn't a lot of splits, so this third part, though it is the next level, we are going to keep just pushing through these because, again, super fast and fairly easy considering. Now, again, oh, sorry about that, need some water here. So with this one here, it has no real split to take, whereas the other ones, you know, there was a clear left side, right side type scenario. This one, it just has a locked door and a path leading off. Now there's a few of these sections, and you know, you can send just one person down there while the rest of the party waits here, or you can just, you know, send in everybody. So the first one here, it's just some ooze and our valve. So that one opens up the door. There's going to be a couple more paths exactly like this. Alright. So again, we're going to progress in a little bit. Kill off the enemies in our main hall. Now, unlike the other one, we actually have two secret doors here. This one will open up, revealing an armored white. And this one, you gotta open up, which has a chest and a scorpion. Now, the scorpion is always there. It won't become active until you open up that side path. So if you're not interested in fighting the scorpion or the extra loot, definitely can skip those there. The white, however, he comes out and says hello. Alright. So again, the same situation. We get to the end of the tunnel. There's a door. Here's our valve. That's it, that's all. Then we got one more section like this, and then it's the end. So for this one here, I want to point out you actually can get named trolls down that path. They are randomized of whether or not they appear. Alright, so again, same thing. We're going to clear to our door. Now, unlike the other ones, this one is slightly different as it has a shrine just to our right. Whereas the other ones, clearly, it was just a small alcove, nothing impressive, nothing important. shrine's just through there. Again, off this way. Now this one is a little bit different, as the enemies that we're fighting are now incorporeal. We're fighting a whole bunch of little wraiths. Generally what I like to do, oh, and here we got the option as well, is run to the end, summon my turret, and let it have some fun. Just pull our valve, and that's it. We're now open all the way to the end of the quest. So super quick, super fast, and I mean for the amount of time, okay experience. Alright, so this one here, again, just run to the end, open up our door. Now we do have a few enemies in here. Can't see any other than landslide until you actually walk in. Then it spawns in 2 medium elementals, as well as a large elemental. And one thing to point out, if you go too far this way here, they will actually rubber band back. So be careful not to drag them too far out. However, it does help to split up the fight if you're not too confident in your own abilities. I like to pull them back because it makes it easier, as landslide is the first one coming after you. He's usually the first one to rubber band. This makes it a lot easier to kill the others, as sometimes, depending on how many Reapers you actually spawn in, if you kill everyone first and then landslide, once you kill him, it actually gives you conquest. Alright, so again, random loot chest. And we can proceed on to our fourth and final part, right after I grab this. Here. So as you can see, these quests, super simple, super fast. And I mean, they're a nice little extra one to run if you need some extra experience before you hard cap. Or if you just need that tiny little bit of experience to go before taking your level. So here we are, just gonna head off this way. Now this path is not usually the one that I take, but we're gonna go this way here. So this one has a few more enemies. Actually, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna head the path I normally take, just to show you why I normally take it. So first one has nothing in the room. They all spawn in once you get in here, allowing you to drop down that turret, or any other AoE type spells that you have, kind of before overwhelming you. In here, you just got one lever to pull. It'll open up our door. And again, just one enemy here. It is a wraith, so you do need ghost touch, but if you're doing Reaper difficulty, you should have that already. Alright, proceeding a little bit further, a couple of rust monsters. So the enemies in here are a little bit tougher and can be a bit more of a pain, as you have the arcane skeleton mage, you have an incorporeal enemy, and then finally those rust monsters. But ultimately, they have fewer of these enemies. And then it brings you to our path here. However, if you had chosen to go this other one, where this earth elemental is standing, there actually is a blade trap. So if you would come through this other path after going through all the ogres and all those enemies like that, there is a blade trap. So as you can see, it does go off. It's almost right at the line there. I'm just waiting for it to go off again. Except it doesn't want to. There it is. Again, grab the trap box, head on down. It's not that big of a deal. One thing to point out with this here, something they haven't done yet to this point, they've done it later on, is this explosive barrel here actually spawns in a fire elemental. So if you are breaking boxes, be careful of the spawn there. Unless you do think you can handle him. It can be a little bit tougher enemy at this level if you are unprepared for it. Alright, this next section, you just port down here, but right in the center of these two blocks, they actually have another blade trap. If, however, you come up from the top and you are a trapper, you can actually just reach the trap box, making it safe. Alright. So here it does have another split going left and right, and ooh, we got one of the optionals. So at the bottom here, there can be a few optionals. So we got the ogre one. So first, obviously, we went left. We're gonna pull off this lever here that opens up our first one. In here is just a shrine. There's the ogre's chest. So there's that first part. Now the second one is located just in here. Kind of a similar situation, just kill the enemies in here. Now these two minotaurs, these ones are always here. That ogre, however, is not. Alright. And one thing I love is this collectible actually has another blade trap assigned to it. So it's kind of interesting that they decided to blade trap the collectible there. Alright, so right at the top here, sometimes there can be another named enemy. If they do spawn in, obviously you would see them as soon as you walk through that door. From here you see two paths, left and right. It really doesn't matter which path you take, as ultimately they both lead to the exact same location. It just depends on what side of the room you're coming in on. Both sides do, however, have two ogres, so there was the first two. And then there's going to be another two over here. Oh, and a Karn Creeper. As well, walking between them is actually our big boss, which is Hammerfell the Mighty. You might have caught a glimpse of him there a second before it backed up. I like to pull them both from both sides first, because it allows me to get in here and only have to deal with the boss rather than everybody else at the same time. As well, it also gives me that extra time to grab the breakables if I still need them to get that conquest. Again, usually I don't get that unless I'm running in a party. Once done, drop the guy, get your loot. And then again at the back, it does have another little exit here. From here, that's it. We've done all four parts. And all that's left to do is to run back to the tavern and turn them all in. So again, 4 quests, 4 rewards. That's why it's not really a chain quest. But because they each one links to the next one, a lot of players do call it a chain, myself included. However, House D does have another chain, so a lot of people don't just refer to it as the House D chain, but rather the Depths chain, because it's Depths of Darkness, Depths of Despair, Depths of Doom, Depths of Discord. Like, each one is a Depths. Alright, but anyway guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one all.